Alright, so we got a survivor. Why, I don't know, but she's carrying him on her back. And so, you're not that far. Roll another encounter, because you have to see, alright, are you going to encounter anything along the way? Yes, D2. So near the end. This might go bad. Of course it's going to go badly. It always does. So...
Is it just the guy waking up?
No, not even. That's the worst part. It's not just... There's nothing to do with the guy.
Damn.
That's the problem. So hold on, let me... So you guys start trundling along. She's got her on his back. Does he bother waking up? No. So you hit him pretty hard, and he's going to be unconscious for a while. He's pretty much just dead weight. Alright, so I gotta find where the outpost is again. Oh, it's right below you. So D100, both of you. Do you guys hear what's going on ahead? So, no. Do you see anything? Okay, so that's also a no. So you're getting up to
Does anyone
here.
else?
Say what?
Does anyone else?
Anyone else? Let's see. Still also. She let everybody know? Yeah, so... Yeah. So she pretty much says, you know...
Oh.
Pretty much... She warns the party, it's like, you know, there might be something ahead.
Rick,
What?
there is a copy of me, Lord Trinkets.
We'll get rid of
and
that.
Osa's telling that. I can only get rid of me and Oso.
Okay, we'll get rid of them. Oh, you gotta ruin the flow like that, man. Why can't you just
we
let
weren't
it
really
be
fighting
until
it.
it actually needs to be done? Oh well. Anyway, so you're here, and yeah, and your favorite all-time enemies that you don't like the most are here as well. Not standard, though. Of course it's not standard. Okay, these are not formatted. Damn it. What you see is a bunch of these guys. It doesn't look like many of them, but you see that it's pretty much dark tornadoes of sorcery.
Oh, great.
Ooh, a
So,
skeleton rave.
And they said they don't look too friendly, tornadoes of sorcery. So,
Attack of the friendly tornadoes of sorcery.
yeah, that would, I don't think there's that. Well, if it's on your side, yeah, it'd be nice, but... Oh man, there we go. Okay, so... The dice rolls are acting up right now.
Great.
So... There are casualties, like, so you can see some of the forest beasts, particularly the ones that were guarding the front, have been... They look pretty beat up. I mean, they're just on the ground and they're not really moving. But the tornado, like, they are slow, like, they're walking in a pattern slowly towards the main temple. So what are you
So
gonna do?
that place that's being attacked right now, that's your place, right?
I'm not even gonna say anything.
Yeah. Why? What is it with you and not trusting your own? So he just... Sains does the Sains thing, and he doesn't even say anything. He just wanders off as you're talking. And she is like, why does he do that? You can't... Can you get by without them noticing you, though? No.
Yeah.
So you have to get halfway back.
What? Why? I'm out of their range, Rick.
Because it's magical detection. You're undetectable to
Get out of
standard
their
sight,
range,
but they have a chance to magically
Yeah.
detect you.
Rick.
Yeah.
Since when has that been a thing? Just
When has magical detection been a thing? Well, it's something
No,
like
I mean-
this, it's not so easy to sneak by them.
trick. I'm undetectable out of the 20 feet radius. Nothing can detect me at that point. I asked you before, and you said that. So
What, nothing can detect you out of that radius?
yeah.
Okay. Well, I get 1 dice at least. Remember, that's standard detection. Nothing can detect you standardly, but you didn't give me a chance to actually roll and see, okay, as you wandered by, did they have a chance to pick up on you? Because by sight and by magic at that range, they can't, like, by sight they can't see you. By magic they can at least try. So, but can they do anything about it? So, the answer is no. So yeah, you'll get to your destination, but they can't really. It's almost like they don't even care. They have a sniff of that you're passing by, but they don't really care. It's like, all right, so you're going towards your allies anyway. We'll kill you as well. It won't really matter. So trying to set up the scene here. So anyway, so you
I
made
guess
it to
she and
inside
I
now.
start-
First person I rushed to is Vigo.
Okay. What about him?
What is happening?
Okay. It's like, you asked that like I know.
You have been here, so I expected you to know at least.
That's like, well, you expected wrong. I don't know any more about what's going on out there as you do. It's like, all I know is that whatever it is, it overpowered the natural guards in this land.
Hmm. Looked like tornadoes of some sort.
That's like, yeah, and he's pretty much he gives you a cynical look and he's pointing out the window. It's like, yeah, I think we established that. And you can see the giant black tornadoes of magic outside.
Hmm.
It's like, I'm not going to send in any sort of soldiery unless we... I was like, I'm not going to send any soldiers into that meat grinder.
Hmm.
And it's like, so what do you have in mind? So do you want time to think, or do you want to move on to... Well, move on to Annabelle to give you time to think, or do you want to just think of something now?
Oh well, I gotta take care of them myself then.
Okay. So you're just going to try to shoot into magical tornadoes? Alright. So, Annabelle, what are you going to do? So, Sains just left, and she asked, why does he do that? So, do you know why he does that? Just walks off?
No clue.
Okay, so... It's like, well, what are we going to do about that? She's pointing at the giant tornadoes of magic.
Wing it. As we always do.
It's like, why does this sound like a bad idea?
It's always a bad idea, but somehow it works.
Okay, it's like, whatever. So, it's like, so what's the plan?
I just start walking towards them.
Okay, so... Do they react? They do react. So the skeletons start gathering into, like, where they're starting to split apart. Now they're starting to walk closely towards each other so that they're in a tighter spread. And so all the tornadoes are starting to combine into one mass tornado. Let's see. It's got pulling force, so they're trying to pull you into the magical tornado.
Oh, perfect.
So it's like, roll a d5. How big is the radius? Okay, so that's a pretty big radius. That's 3 away from them, so that's like this. It's a pretty big box. So you have to try and stay out of that area, because you don't know what will happen if you get sucked into it. So it got a lot bigger, and now it's got pulling force. It's trying to pull things nearby. All the beasts, they can't even hold on. Like, you can see some of them are alive, but they're getting pulled into it. What's the effect once they touch the thing? They disintegrate.
Oh god.
So, like, they're getting sucked into, like, all the beasts that were nearby get sucked into it. There's horrible screeching as they're trying to hold on to whatever they can, but they can't. The wind force is too great.
Oi!
What about you
Skelly
guys?
man!
Can you hold your ground, or are you getting sucked into the tornado? See, so you can hold your ground. She can hold her ground. Pretty much, you guys are. She planted her feet, and she's holding on to you so that you don't get sucked in. Okay, Sains, and also, are you guys getting dragged in? So,
Of course.
Sains, you didn't plant your feet. What about Oso? Yeah, you guys are going together. It's just she tried to claw her way onto the ground, but you guys went legs first towards the tornado. Can you latch onto your anything before you get sucked in? That's the next one. So yeah, so what exactly do you do to prevent yourself from getting sucked in?
I probably drag out my 2 swords and plant them
Yeah,
into the ground.
you just plant them in the ground. Remember, your legs are getting sucked forward, so like you're sort of spinning in the air, and then you just take both swords and you ram them into the ground, and now you're holding on for dear life. What about Oso? Oso's got a problem. She's getting dragged in. Like, she's trying to claw the ground, but I mean, like, she's slowly getting pulled towards it.
As this is happening, Annabelle is yelling, Oi! Skelly man! Boss called this whole thing off!
Okay, so they're not going to. Okay, and you didn't get lucky with the seed. So yeah, they're not going to. I don't even think they can hear you through the amount of wind shear that's happening in the area.
Wait a minute. So, there's obviously earth beneath them. Let's see if I can just, like, punt them up into the air.
Maybe. So worth a shot. It's like, nope. So it's kind of hard to concentrate when everything is kind of going to hell around you. Okay, so Sains also is getting dragged into the tornado. What are you going to do?
Indeed, what am I going to do?
Will this be it? Will this be the death of Oso? Because Sains does nothing. we'll see.
Give me a minute at most.
Alright, so I'll give you more time. Annabelle, what are you going to do? So you just tried You're trying to talk with non-sentient beings, or at least beings that are mind-controlled. Somewhat.
It's worked before.
Well, not right now. Just because it works before doesn't mean it's going to work every time.
Come on, if you stop, I'll give you your freedom.
Okay. No, that's just... Alright, let's see. Still no, so... So you're trying to talk, like, they can barely hear. They don't even, I think, have ears. And the bottom of the tornado is actually a little too large, so... So I'll try something, and she's like, I think you should try something else.
Wait, what's the tornado made out of? Is it just wind or is it
Unholy
dark?
magic. At least that's what you ascertain, because it's a giant purple tornado. It's kind of hard to not consider it. It's hard to consider it natural if it's purple. So
Let's see if I can muster up the power to fire a laser beam.
okay, of what?
Just holy energy.
Okay, so you're trying to use the holy. You're having again. You're barely able to just stand straight.
I'm just like getting up.
And she can't, like, she's trying to drag you further back, but you guys can barely move. It's just enough effort just to keep you pinned where you are.
Can I just make a wind wall around us?
Try it. So can you so you make an aura of calm around you, so that you guys can just stand still, but it's going to take a little bit of your effort to do so, so now do you try the holy thing, or do you just not? So it's calm, so now you can stand straight. Now you You're able to just stand upright.
Go, Hyper Beam.
So it's like, so you kind of think to yourself, that's much better, and then you just throw a hand forward, and next thing you know, energy starts to collect. Does it do anything? Yes. Is it killing damage? No. So it disorients the hell out of them. Like, the tornado drops, and they all just kind of fall to the ground. So, let me roll something. Yeah, that was just in time, too, because also was getting dragged. Oops, I just lost the map. My bad. Also was about to get dragged into that thing, and then it just drops.
Does that make her fly into them?
What, the laser? Oh,
no,
what,
like,
there's also...
she was like being pulled in.
Okay, so she does fly into him. Pretty much, she goes body first into one of them. Able to defend himself, yes. So that's 2 defense. So like she's flying into him, but then that thing just kind of throws up a hand and stops her dead, and she hits the ground right there. So it's like their concentration was broken and they're a little haggard, but they have enough focus to just like they're kind of leaned over from all the exertion. But then I guess he has enough strength of mind to he simply throws a hand backwards and it stops her in her tracks.
This would be about the time where I run up and kick one of them in the face.
Okay, how much agility do you have? Do you have enough to run 45 feet?
I've got full agility.
Okay, well, you have enough to run 45 feet, so... And obviously she's kind of keeps, like, she can't charge as far as you because she's wearing heavier armor. So she'll get, like, next to you, but she can't really... Okay, so the skeletons... It's not a surprise attack, so they have a defense network. But you hit right through the defenses anyway, so... Enhanced crit, that's roll a insta-kill. So that is insta-kill. So you did 1 blow, so what's that 1 blow cleaving exactly?
I like run up and then just cut through his like spine.
Okay, so is that horizontal or vertical or diagonal?
He's like leaning over, right? So
yeah, he's slightly. So you just do a vertical slash downwards into his exposed back to take his spine out. Right? No.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so yeah, so yeah, and you don't have another charge. So also, is she able to move? No. Also is pretty winded from that. I mean, just pun right there, but it's because she just flew through the air, and then the skeleton like threw up a hand, and it's like hit a vulnerable spot. And now she's on the ground, trying to get up. So Sains, if I were you, I would do something or try to.
I'm gonna go as far as I can go in 1 turn, and then...
You and you guys is bullshit. Why does it always work? I should stop assuming that the bullshit's not gonna work. Because bullshit does work.
I'm gonna shoot at least 2 arrows into the guy next to Oso.
Okay, so that would be considered
defense.
insta-kill. Roll insta-kill.
Nope.
That is not an insta-kill, so I have to do damage. So he's gonna get hit with the first arrow, and then the second arrow is only gonna do 152. So he's gonna be like that. Oh, it's supposed to roll over. No, it didn't. It didn't roll over because it's 2 separate arrows. Okay, so
Yeah. Is Oso getting up?
no. She's lying on the ground. She's trying to get up, but I mean, she's struggling.
Alright, another one into him and
And you
then
miss.
into one other. No, I still have my logic 1 more turn, so...
Okay, so insta-kill then, again. Are you aiming for the same target or a different target?
1 arrow on the same target, 1 arrow on another.
You can't insta-kill like that then, if you're splitting the arrows, because it doesn't do enough damage to roll over. So you would kill the one on the right, but the one on the left would
that's the
only
one
be
I'm
wounded.
aiming to kill, so...
And he has a separate defense net, so I have to use his defense net.
Bypass defense trick.
Yeah, true. Alright, so get rid of that. So his armor got shredded. So are you running as you're shooting?
No, I ran up to there and then shot.
Okay, so you stop the shoot. You don't run and shoot.
Most of the time I don't.
Okay, so you got a good position. Then you just shot. You just planted your feet and shot. What's their response? Their response is hostile. They're going to start using magic. So they all have shadow bolts. They're very accurate. And it does double damage to your armor types. So, are they going to focus on the closest? Yes, so they're going to focus on she. They're just going to blast her with holy magic.
Well, it wouldn't do double damage to me.
Yeah, because
I'm
you're
on-
anti-magic. But she's got standard armor, so she's gonna take double damage from unholy magic.
Oh no.
That's 40, so that her armor gets shredded off. I mean, she brings the shield up, but then the shield gets turned to darkness, and she has to throw it aside, and then she gets hit with a bunch of bolts. And then the last one is she's pretty much almost on death's door. I mean, it took her down pretty badly.
Oh no, you didn't!
So that's not the worst of it. This is probably the worst of it. Okay, so no. So they threw the bolts and then they start doing some rituals, and the other skeletons that you just took apart are getting back on their feet. So they're back up and they have their full health and armor again. They can only do that once per round, so that's the good news. Well, that's the good news and the bad news. Once per round, meaning they can revive us. They can bring back skeletal allies all the time. So unless you kill them all, they'll bring themselves back.
Great.
Okay, so now your guys are up again. So
I immediately
also on her
slap-
feet. So
I immediately slapped she on the shoulder.
okay, why? I mean, she's okay. Nice. So like she feels a jolt and then her stuff regenerates. So like she goes over to her shield, she picks it up, and even that's regenerating. So she's not questioning it, she's just going with it. That's one turn, you have one more.
First, I'll get her to get rid of the defenses of the skeleton in front of me.
Okay,
So-
so you ask her, I need you to weaken him, and she doesn't even say anything. She just goes straight for the attack. Let's see. So this is a vicious attack. I mean, like she gets up. I guess the skeletons weren't expecting her to just come back with a vengeance so easily. So this is a surprise attack. It's going to go past their defenses. So that's double damage. So that because it's cloth armor. So that's equivalent to what? If only my calculator would work properly. If only everything on my system. I'm running it on barely anything. Like you can tell that my hard drive's really struggling to keep up with everything that's happening. Okay, yeah, that works too. Thank you for the aid. So minus 78. That's he has no defenses to bypass because she did a vicious strike to him. And then she just stabs him a couple times. It's two different, so she'll stab him, stab the armor, and then stab the flesh underneath. And then she'll follow it up with a bash, and she misses the bash. Like, it's strange, because when it comes to like heavy attacks that are physical, where a body is approaching, they just kind of throw up their hand and they just push it away. So,
and then I'm going to just... yeah, kill him.
okay, so roll your slash, enhanced crit, so that's, yeah, just roll insta-kill. Oh, you don't need to roll insta-kill, because the damage threshold is so high that it'll kill him anyway.
Does that completely destroy him?
So did you try, no. Because so like the spine came back, and what are you doing to kill him this time?
So he's already in a weakened state, so I just, like, cut his head off or something.
Okay, so you take the head off the shoulders, hoping that it'll not get up again. So Oso's closest, so she's going to go straight for, she's going to use dark blades at point blank. She misses both blades, because Apparently, coming back recently from the dead makes this guy pretty wily. So he's dodging. Sains, up to you. You guys just left that prisoner over there. Is he gonna be there? Yeah, you knocked him out pretty badly. He's not gonna move. So you just kind of dropped him there, and he's still unconscious. All right, Sains, you're up. Okay, you miss. And this time you actually do miss, because if I recall, you're unique.
I know.
Okay, so the second one's a hit. You're just focusing the weakest target?
No, the one in front of Oso.
Okay, so he takes slash damage, which the first arrow is going to shred his armor, and the second one's going to do another 152. Not enough to kill him, just enough to wound him pretty badly.
Why did I get an insta-kill on the first shot?
Because you hit both shots. You missed the first shot
no.
this time.
You meant on the first shot. Because I had to roll it on one of the shots, not the second.
Hold up, let me analyze that.
I rolled it on both, so the second one was to see if I killed...
Oh yeah, you do roll insta-kill on that one. Oh, why insta-kill? Because it would have gone over his damage threshold stuff. So no, still no insta-kill. Because otherwise, because you did high enough damage to go over both his health and his armor. But I forgot to calculate that this time, I'm sorry.
Annabelle just thinks of something.
Okay, like what?
Keep them all at low health, and then we can kill them all off at once.
Yeah, so that's the plan anyway. So they're gonna use shadow bolts. They miss every single shadow bolt. So you guys are wary this time. Now that you know, don't let them touch you. So they fire a bunch of shadow bolts, but this time you're able to dodge a shadow bolt, which is strange because it's magic. So the third rise will bring up the skeleton again. So he's gonna come back. Let's see. He's not gonna come back with you did a number on him this time, so he's not gonna come back with full armor or health. He's gonna come back the way he came back. Okay, so you guys are up again. That was pretty much the skeletons.
I charge over to here and stabby.
Okay, which one?
One on the right.
Okay, so
Insta-kill.
it's not insta-kill, it's not high enough. Wait, it is insta-kill. Yeah, roll insta-kill. It's triple
still,
damage.
so-
No, it doesn't insta-kill, so it'll hit his armor first, and then it won't go into his health. It is insta-kill. You can spec into insta-killing, but you need aptitudes to do so. Or you need traits to modify your weapon to actually deal insta-kill damage. That it has to be, like, in order for you to have insta-kill, you have to have damage that rolls over. Like, all their health and armor. If you don't have that, you can't actually have the roll like that.
Now, in the middle of the turn, I want she to attack the one on the left.
Okay. Why so?
Just so I can
Can't you
choose
control her?
between which one. Oh, yeah, I can.
Yeah, it's like you forget, your allies are also under your command. So she's going to attack the one on the left. She does get a stunning blow in. Which one do you want to do first? Do you want to do the attacks or do you want to do the stuns? Because it's going to miss, because their defense suck.
Stun, then attack.
Okay, so actually thinking that, if you do that, then the stun will break.
Okay, then attack, then stun.
You want to attack, which is... This is minus 54 for the first attack. And then the second attack just misses, and the third attack is a stunning blow. So he's down to that.
Excellent, that's one down
One
to
less
stun.
skeleton to deal with, at least temporarily.
I'm gonna have also not attack the one with low health, but
Okay,
the
she's going to
guy
move up
top.
to attack the top one. You're lucky she didn't get hurt from all that. I mean, she got sucked in a tornado, and then that thing could have broken her spine just by the momentum of her flying at him. And then the fact that they were all aiming at... well, that's just pretty much the tank, i.e. she was the one who, who distracted them all. Okay, so what's also going to do?
Dark Blades.
Okay, so roll them. Critical fail for their side, so they can't defend any sort of way. So that also means you get a second attack in. So, and that's that doesn't do dark damage; it just does straight impact. So dark damage does it doesn't do double against unholy. So unholy damage doesn't do more damage to the unholy, so it just does straight damage. 47 plus 18. Ah, shit. Alright, I'm going to use roll 20 for... In fact, Annabelle, do you want to do that? Because you're the one who knows all that. If you want to speed up the process...
Give me a moment.
Yeah. 47 plus 18 times 2, and then the other one is just 53 times 2. That's like 60... That's 48. Close, but not quite.
I think that's wrong.
Yeah, it's 47 plus... It's 47 plus 18.
Oh, okay.
Times 2.
Times 2.
But it needs to be in parentheses or else it'll count it all together. Remember, multiplication before addition and subtraction, order of operations. So without a parentheses, it'll do
Like
it
this,
in the wrong order.
but then...
Yeah, with
roll
parentheses. Not those are brackets.
Oh yeah, the other ones.
Yeah, parentheses, not brackets. Math is confusing. It's like, yeah, so... minus
The other one is
130.
106.
And then the next one will do a 53 twice, so that one is that one's killing force.
106.
That'll destroy him.
I guess if that happens, with my second turn, I shall attack the middle one.
Okay, so the middle one does not get an enhanced critical, so all you do is take his armor off. Oh, hold on,
And
he's
that's done
he's
it.
gotta roll defenses first. So which he cannot, so obviously his armor comes
Also
off.
stunned.
No one can just defend. No one can defend against me, and I stun
He's
him.
also stunned.
And you stun him, so two of them are down for the stun at least. Sains still has your turn, so it's up to you now.
Ooh.
You miss. You really need to improve. You miss
Well.
harder.
That's even better.
It's like they're... Okay, let's see. Are we... D100, do you see any sort of indication as to why you can't hit them, although you're aiming directly at them? Okay, so you're analyzing the situation, and you see that they're doing slight movements. Like, they're just doing just enough to get out of the way, which is... do another D100. Do you see any... Like, is that normal to you, or... So... To you, that is not natural. Like, these guys aren't naturally this fast. There's something that's enhancing their speed.
At that point, I take a look around.
Okay, so...
Oh God, no! What have you done?
So, you're taking a closer look and you realize there's like there's a magical haze around them. Because you're using your... Remember, you have spirit... you might want to use, like, spirit vision. See if you can see anything different. You might not like what you find. Okay, so nothing spiritual is causing this. This seems purely magical. So not only do they have a dark aura, they have sort of a hazy aura around them, like they're not quite there. And this is only for your sight, because you have the focused sight. Okay, so what do you do with that? Oh, you double shot, so now it's their turn.
No.
Shadow bolts. Wait for them. Eventually they'll show up. Or not. There we go. Okay, so... Miss and miss. So they're getting a little desperate with their shadow bolts. They're not really aiming them. So he's going to use Rise. Damn, that's sucking. It's like, I don't know what's happening, but the system is lagging the hell out. Okay, so he brings back the skeleton without the... So, like, they're running out of the ability. Like, initially it was easy, but now you're wearing them out. They can't really bring back... Is that permanent? Okay, so they can't bring themselves back with higher health and armor because you're wearing them down. You can only
That's
focus
great.
so much magical energy. Let's see, and let's go on the stuns. Okay, one of them breaks, the center one breaks the stun, but the one on the edge does not. Alright, so we're up again.
I'm gonna post
So you're wearing them down. I mean, at some point they won't be able to, like,
well.
their revival won't do much. Okay, also missed again. She's gonna, she missed totally. Like, that's a 1. That also, let's see, what's that? No, he can't, it's like he tried to, that gave him an attempt to break his stun, but he couldn't. So, and that's a minus, let's see, just the slashing. The slashing will wake him up, but
And then
gets
he's
stunned
stunned
immediately.
again.
yeah, that's minus, what is it, 34 plus 17, that's 51?
Could be.
So that much
Yeah.
damage? Okay, and then you bash him again, which puts him back under. So it's like, stay down. Just, so, and then who went next? And then she tried Dark Blades, didn't work. So, is she going to try Dark Blades again? She can do more than one. Like, she has 2 attacks. So she's going to try
Yeah,
Dark
try
Blade again, which is, again, that's killing force, but let's see if he defends himself. He does, both attacks, so
God damn it.
pretty good.
At least he doesn't have any defenses anymore.
Yeah, no, he's got no defenses. Okay, Annabelle, you're up.
One for the
So you're
guy on
gonna
the
sight
right,
the
one
one
for
in
the guy on
front.
the...
Wait, which one?
Whoa,
One there, one there.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you're gonna fight. Wait,
That's
do the
double
the first one is the one to your right, correct? Or
Yeah.
okay, so
That's a double insta kill.
yeah. So it doesn't matter. I mean, her damage goes way over his health anyway. So just straight damage wise, you don't need to roll insta kill when you know that the attack's gonna kill it anyway. So those are both. Yeah, the second one, it doesn't really matter because the damage threshold is so high. But can he block it? He's rendered
No.
invulnerable, so he's not about to just go down like a chump.
Dick.
Okay, so. Which means that he has a chance to resurrect those around him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
We need to kill at least 2 more Sains.
yeah, that's you, Sans. It's all down to you. Will you hit anything? You do realize the entirety
Yes.
of your people are watching
I
all
do.
this happen. Are you hitting the weakened ones, or are you hitting the... What are you hitting?
The one on the left first.
Okay, so he's going to get
The more
hit
health.
with... That's insta-kill damage, so try it.
Why, if it's already above his health?
Okay, whatever. So... Oh yeah, defenses, that's... I have to try that first. He gets 1 off, so he only takes 1 arrow, which will do equivalent to 152.
Hmm.
So you need to shoot him with another one before he goes down. So you miss.
And this time... No. Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah, you
Never mind.
missed.
I read it wrong.
I wouldn't
thought
say
I-
you
I
missed
don't know.
unless I actually read it and say you missed.
I thought I read it wrong.
Yeah.
Trick.
Well, you did read it wrong. So you're in it backward. You're in it backwards, hoping you hit. But it's like, nope, sorry. All right, so he's gonna try raise again. He misses, so he can't make anybody get up. But there's 3 of them. I forgot because the other one. So that one gets him back on his feet. They're gonna all the ones that can will shadow bolt. So that's 4 shadow bolts. The 3 of them are
That's at
accurate,
least
and what are they
one miss.
aiming for? Somebody roll a d4 for me. Let's see who actually gets hit with this. They're going to focus fire on... Of course it's going to be Annabelle. She's right there. She's in front. What is your underskin? Do you have an underskin?
No, it's
Roll under
nothing,
defense.
but
What's your under defense?
actually it might be Claw.
Try it.
Oh, one second.
Under defense. You have you just click yourself and click the button. Okay, under defense. Light, so you resist magic. So, can you redirect it? Like, so you can resist it with your under defense alone, but can you redirect it? No. So you'll just absorb it.
Nom nom nom.
And and that's the end of the Shadow Bolt, so they just try. Unless it was a crit, which that goes beyond it. But it's not a crit, so you can easily just absorb the magical energy. Okay, moving on, back to us. What's the plan? That's yeah, and him breaking his stun. Nope, can't. So he's still stunned.
Forever
This guy's
stunned.
no longer rendered invulnerable because that passed. This is a tough fight. For once.
They're too resilient.
It all comes down to this. Will you survive or will you die? You probably will survive if I know you guys. Let's see, the slashy does not break the stun, so that's 32. And then she misses the slash again, and she goes for stun and gets the stun off again. There's a Doppler. Yeah, that's a heavy stun now. He can't try to break it, so that's a stun too. So she pretty much beat him in the head so many times that it's like, that's heavy stun. That guy's on the ground and he's not getting up unless an ally tries to break it. Just got to make sure the allies can't do anything.
I was also gonna slash this one and then she's gonna move over there and do this.
So dark slash that one, which is defenses, blocks the dark slash. The first one, the second one gets through and that does fatal damage. And then the second one, he's got defenses as well. And he can block one attack, but the other one's going to get through, and that's also fatal damage.
Okay, then I guess I shuffle to there and attack the one on the right.
Okay, so let me roll his defenses. He can block 2 attacks. So he blocks the slash and the stun for your first attack.
And I attack him again.
You attack him again, and that's fatal. So that can't, he can't survive that. Okay, so it's up to Sains. Hopefully you can kill the last one before he brings anyone back up. He's gonna fail. This will be funny as hell.
Yes.
Okay, so you thought quickly, and you thought, okay, use the attack that's more accurate. Okay, so you tried to stab him, but he's pretty wily and he dodges it, so you line him up to a bow shot to the head at point blank range. Okay, so that leaves the last skeleton, which is heavy stunned, which can't break. He's got no allies to break it. So now what? You survived. She just casually walks over and is like, well, that was interesting.
Yeah, I guess.
Like, so she's asking you, it's like, any idea what these things are? Never seen magic used in that way. So, no. You've never seen, is this a unique sight? Yeah, for you guys, this is unique to you. Like, you've never seen magic users use dark energy in this way to make a physical manifestation like a tornado.
I think of it.
No. Okay, so you're gonna try and learn. Well, you're gonna learn of the enemy now that you have time to stop and reflect. You now have the chance to learn of the enemy. So I'll try not to say out loud what it is, because that just gives it away. You're supposed to be personal in your library. So Sains is becoming a researcher. He just has a bunch of research.
Well, it has no lore yet. Oh well.
Well, you'll get there in a moment. So I haven't gotten to that section. It's just fully set up unit, but it's not quite there yet. I need lore.
Well,
I'll work on the lore later. All the red stuff will have lore. Have no fear of that. Okay, so what are you going to do with the skeleton? What about that dude over there? Still on the ground. So you have 2 prisoners now. What are you going to do with them?
I don't know what we're going to do with the skeleton, but I know what we're going to do with the other guy.
it will only make it worse.
That's Sains' opinion is kill. So Annabelle's thinking aloud, what are we going to do in it? Sains' immediate response is kill the skeleton.
Well, now that all of his friends are dead and it's after the battle, can I see if I can, free him?
Give it a shot. I mean, there's nobody to stop you, really. Nobody, so there... Let's see, D100, do you encounter, can you recognize what you're encountering? So yes, there's definitely a dark shield on him to prevent you from tampering with it. So you try to use your magic, but you see that this time you're actually hitting a defense. Like, it's like they know that you're trying to purify souls, so now they have a shield around their soul to prevent you from tampering with it. You attempt to break the shield, though.
Why not?
Okay, so that's a D100. So, what type of energy are you using to break the shield?
I'm just like fiddling around trying to see which one works. So like I start off with like ice
So
and
roll
fire.
roll a D5. Unholy is not counted in that because that's 6, so we don't have the 6. So you kept trying a bunch of things, and then you just thought, let's use. So your first default was use holy magic, but apparently that didn't work. So you tried things like fire, water, ice, and it didn't seem to work until you got onto nature damage, and then it produced cracks in the shield. So what type of nature damage are you using? Are you using like poison, acid, what type of nature?
I might just be hitting him with a stick.
Okay, so I guess you get frustrated and you just pick up a nearby stick and slam it into it and see if it works.
Yeah.
So, and it does produce a crack, so you just keep doing that until the shield shatters.
Huh.
So now try again. Can you still? How many? Is there more shields underneath? No, that was the only one. So after that, the soul is somewhat freed, but it's still stunned. So what do you do after that point?
Well, I can't really interact with souls other than purifying them.
Yeah, it's a skeleton. It's a physical body. He's heavy stunned though.
Oh, okay. Then I just like slap him out of it.
Okay, so does it work though? Like you just kind of slap him across the face? No, it doesn't work. So she does the same thing, doesn't work. So she's like repeating what you do. So his head's like going corkscrew fully around and then back to the front, but it didn't work. So you might have to try something else.
How do you unstun something that can't feel?
Yeah, they can't feel physical pain. Who knows?
I start just shaking it a little.
You
Like
want
grab
under?
on its
You're
shoulder.
just shaking him and then giving him whiplash. That actually works. So you just grab him by both shoulders, like, hey, and you just shake him violently, and then he breaks his stun. So it doesn't talk. Doesn't talk at all. It's just kind of looking at you, and it's looking at she, and then it's looking around it, and then just he doesn't understand.
I just like pat it on the
Wait, I'll
shoulder.
be back.
Wait, what?
Sains just runs
Sains
off.
says.
Okay. What about also? You're just gonna leave her there?
I'm gonna come back with Fico.
Okay. So you went back to go get Fico. What does Fico want to do? Fico's like, no, I'm not going out there. Just, hell no.
You are the only one who might know a way.
It's like, you are persistent, but the answer still remains no. I'm not going out there. Whatever it is, you just bring it here. At least I'll know it's safe.
Rather not. Oh well. We'll bring it here.
So what about your other captive? He's pretty much unconscious still, and he's exactly where you left him.
Can you go grab that other guy?
Yeah.
Let's bring it back.
It's like, all right, you know I'm not gonna like this, right? There better be something in it for me when this is over.
I'll think of something.
Okay, so she's like picking him up, and she's like dragging, like she's not even caring to put it on her back anymore. She's like dragging him by the legs with one hand. Just dragging one of his legs along and just dragging him along the floor.
Alright, then let's go inside.
Okay, so you grab the whole party. Does the skeleton even follow you?
I drag him in.
Oh, you're grabbing the skeleton. So the skeleton's he's like leading him on, but he's like kind of just he's looking back at the party, wondering what's going on because he's getting dragged away. So he's getting dragged over there. Annabelle's on the move. That's got this body of this dude. What's up with you taking prisoners again?
I don't know. If you don't have to kill him, why?
Can't beat him, join him. Yeah. Okay, so you're dragged in. Annabelle, can you actually see any of the spirits around? Like, have they manifested? No. So you can't see the spirits. It's kind of hard to miss the soldiers, though, which is the headless knights and the headless archers. So you can see them clearly. And they're looking at you with their head, like they're using their heads like lanterns, and they're looking at you and they're wondering what's up with that. It's like, this is new. We got a visitor.
Just wave.
Okay. So, and they start marching over, like all of them, because they're curious about what's happening over here. Okay, so what's Fico's response? It's like, interesting.
This is the only survivor of the 5 that were attacking us.
Okay, so it's like, oh, so this is what it was. Well, I can tell you right now, most of his mind is gone. Whatever was controlling him ripped out a good portion of his soul.
I'm just confused to what Sains is talking to.
Okay, yeah, because he... It's like, oh, my apologies. And so you see like a puff of smoke, and you see like this fox spirit jump out. It's like, hi, my name's Fico. I'm one of Sains' subordinates. Nice to meet you, whoever you are.
I immediately moved to pet him.
Okay. So it's like, and he's taken aback by that because no one's ever tried to pet him. So he kind of just floats to the ground and he's getting petted. And so then he nudges your hand. And it's like, no, please stop. You're distracting me. I've important business here.
I sort of put on a sad face.
Okay. It's like, let's handle business first. And it's like, so he goes back to floating, and it's like, well, most of his soul is gone. I guess he's just a hollow shell now. I don't think he's really, let's see, so it's like, I don't think he's really recoverable.
Probably best to kill him and burn his body.
It's like, well, that's the barbaric way. Let's try a little bit more sane way. So he reaches out a hand and he takes the skeleton's hand, and then it's like the skeleton's looking at him, and it's like, it's okay. This will only hurt for a little bit, but you'll be in a better place, you know? And the skeleton just immediately just falls to pieces. Like it falls, like the bones all stop moving and it just falls to the ground. So it's like, it'll take some time to have that one come back. Is this really how they're going to do it now, though?
Probably.
It's such a shame. I mean, the undead are going as far as making souls unharvestable, just so they can claim dominion. This is a pretty sad sight.
Yes, all the more reason to get rid of those.
And that's kind of the problem, is they know that we're trying to. And they've made a countermeasure to counter it. If they can't have the soul, no one will have the soul.
Well, maybe we'll make them no one, and they can have the soul.
It's like, I sure hope so. Because he's like, because from what I just saw, I don't think I would wish that on anyone, even my enemies.
Also, I'm almost naked. Do you have anything for that?
Yeah. It's like, no, armor shop's over there, but it's not like you can see the spirits, and they don't like to reveal themselves, really.
Oh.
Well,
it's like, but of course, and he's just like floating the sands. But of course, then you have this handsome young man to go and do it for you.
I was planning on doing that, so.
Okay. So Sains, so it's like, then it's an agreement, and he's like, he's offering a hand to like whatever shreds of robe you have left.
I've got them like in a little bag.
So what do you just hand him the bag?
Yeah.
You hand him the bag, and then he tosses the bag at Sains. Sains, do you have a D100? Let's see, can you catch it or no? He's pretty swift with it. He does straight hot potato where it's in one hand, and in a single motion he just throws it, and it slaps against your chest, and it hits the ground. It's like, you have very bad coordination.
Sometimes.
Yeah. So, it's that
Well.
one horse behind you. It's like, I thought I taught you better than that.
It's been a while.
Okay, so... Yeah, a couple thousand years, but still, you thought you would have kept your skills sharp during all that. Guess I was wrong.
Wait, what, 1,000 years?
Yeah. So, yeah, it's been about that long. So, since he was dead, and since you've been that time. So it's been a long time.
How old am I?
That's just one of the curious things you're going to have to
I
question
asked Conan
yourself.
at that point.
How old is he? That's like, what, you don't even know your own age?
No. Lost track of time after you died.
Okay, so... I was like, well, I could say you've been around for a long time, but let's discuss this later. Now's not the time.
I rush
It's
over
like
to
so he's pointing, it's like, your lady friend over there needs clothing. Just over to the shop, is he going to charge you? Yes, he's going to charge you standard fare. Roll a d20. Okay, so that's 6. It's easy. So 6 for repairs today. So it's -6 favor and he'll get it repaired.
Yep. Alright.
And that means, so
thank
these
you,
hand it back
and-
to Annabelle.
Go back to Annabelle, yes.
Okay, so he passes you the new robe, and now you're clothed. Duh. So that's 28 armor back. You can add your own armor points back, I think. Maybe. I don't know. Let's click yourself, plus 28. Unless
what
you
I do.
can't. Can you even do that? Okay.
Okay, there we
Just
go.
making sure. It's like, did they change something yet again? Okay, so